Welcome to the Misfit One Lifestyles with Elizabeth Colin. She will awaken and connect with your Misfit One. Are you tired of the ups and downs in your life? Are you ready to live a healthy lifestyle once and for all? We are talking about all aspects of your life. Being fit is not just physical, it's also your mind and soul. Learn how to take steps in your life to move towards your goals. Elizabeth's goal is for everyone listening to the sound of her voice to get fit. Let's get focused, let's get intentional, and let's transform. Now here's your host, Elizabeth Colin.
Hey guys, welcome to Misfit One Lifestyles with your girl, Elizabeth Colin, also known as Misfit One. And today's guest is going to give you some pearls, some drops, some dime on how to stay calm and cool when anxiety is beating on your door. Listen, we have the one and only Olivia Brito, all the way from the UK, right?
Yes, that's right.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy to have you on today.
Oh, hello. Thank you very much for that lovely welcome. I'm so excited to be here and to have a chat and explore, everything about how to overcome anxiety and, how to increase our joy, our well-being, our wellness, how to decrease stress. So yeah, very happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And so, Olivia, we were chatting a little bit earlier, and guys, she's just beaming. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's just smiling away. And I was asking her earlier, how you doing? She goes, I am great. I'm so happy. I went dancing last night, and can you just share a little bit about that, what you were saying earlier?
Yes, absolutely. So I am a firm believer about joy, about purposely bringing joy into our lives. And joy is within reach. We all have it. I do believe it in my core that it's our pure state. So if you watch children playing, they don't need toys. That's what everybody says. You give a toy, a present, a child a present, and what do they do? What do they play with?
The box.
The wrapper.
That's right. Yeah, whatever it came in.
The wrapping paper. They play with the box because they find joy in everything. They do not take things for granted. They live in the present. They do not have anxiety in healthy, normal circumstances because they live today. They live with what they have. They don't hold grudges because they live today. They are not in the future. They are not in the past. They are here. They enjoy everything. Even if you don't give a child a present, a gift, what do they play with? They play
a shoestring. That was my son. A shoestring.
Absolutely.
A ball.
Yes,
he would play with all kind of
yes, a pebble, a stone.
Yes. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. That is so true. Because if you think about your own childhood, I was raised in the country as country can be, right?
Uh-huh.
And we went to a winery, my husband and I, not too long ago, and they had those little sunflower flowers that I used to make necklaces with and rings. and I asked him, did he ever did that? And he goes, no. I went and made this beautiful ring, and he was like, look at that. And I was just as happy as can be. And that's what I admire about you, Olivia, is that you help people turn their mental blocks. And let's be real. I mean, COVID was huge for everyone. It affected everyone. You help them with their anxiety and people who are overwhelmed, and you want them to have a deeper clarity and self-belief so that they can find their own true joy. That's like right. Kid, your kid like state. You put it the best, right?
Absolutely. And that's why I often use a reference of children, because we, even if we forgot right now, we all know what it feels like to be a child, because we once were one.
Right.
We all were children at one point in our
At
life,
one point, and we see them
right?
around, you know, we when you go
Exactly.
to the store, they're happy, they're running up, they're doing all things. Now you do this with a lot of different techniques. And I'm just
Right.
so excited about it because you are a hypnotist,
Yes.
like
Hypnotherapist or hypnotist.
hypnot, yeah, it has been, I have always been so fascinated with this. Like I pay money to go to see the hypnotic show, the people who I can't even speak today, but hypnotizing
Yeah.
people, there it is.
Mhm.
And how, you know, they select the people that they're going to, that is able to
Yes,
be. Because
correct.
I don't think, well, I didn't think that everyone is able of being hypnotized. Can you, first of all, explain what hypnotized is for some people who may not know?
Yes, absolutely. So the state of hypnosis is a state that everyone goes through. We go in and out hypnosis states every day, throughout the day, several times a day. So it's natural to us. For example, when we are in hypnosis, or also refer as to when our subconscious mind takes hold over the conscious mind. So this right now, who is speaking right now, is me, my conscious mind. If I say something that I later backtrack, oh no, or that's the subconscious is taking a sneak peek, or getting involved,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
So, and this happens at various times when you are watching TV. You don't notice that someone is talking to you. Maybe you are so involved, enjoying so much, or maybe just disappearing into the whatever you are listening or watching, that you don't even hear your name being called. And then your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend comes, or your son or your daughter comes and talk to you. I'm talking to you. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you. Well, that's because you were in a hypnotic state. When
Wow.
you the first notion, just before you open your eyes in the morning, that's a hypnotic state. Same as the last time, the last piece of time when you're going to bed. So you are in a hypnotic state, where very often a lot of people have their best ideas, they say, in the shower, because showering is something that we do so much that we don't need in our conscious mind to go through that process.
You
And
know,
then you
this
you,
is
you are just
crazy.
completely correct, you're completely relaxed, just almost enjoying it, completely switching off your conscious mind. And then you find a solution, or you get a new idea, or then you discover, oh yes, I remember this, I have to do this, or you know
Well, you
and
know,
that's
that's
hypnotic
so
state.
that makes so much sense because I at first I thought, you know, not everybody could be, but you're right. Like we do experience it
Hmm.
some level every
Yes,
day. And
yes,
that is crazy because I
yes,
never ever would have thought of that, you know? And so you just answered my question. Yes, everybody can be because we
yes.
all are.
We all are. And what this really, really means is that no one can hypnotize you. Hypnosis is always, always self-induced. So I am a hypnotherapist because I
Mhm.
use your states of hypnosis to induce therapy for therapeutical purposes. But I use either your natural hypnosis moments where your subconscious is getting involved in the conversation. I listen to those, or I help you induce your own hypnosis. But this is something that we all do to ourselves. And there's a big, big difference with the stage hypnosis. There are people who are, yeah, certainly more open. They're more, it's called more suggestible
Right.
to be
Yeah.
hypnotized. And contrary to popular belief, being more suggestible to being hypnotized It's far from being full or dumb. It's actually the opposite. It's actually increases. It can even rewires how your brain connects. It can help with the synapses that happens within your brain and your neurons. It's highly therapeutical. It can increase even your intelligence in some cases. In some cases, it's a display of intelligence that highly suggestible subjects or people are more intelligent. So it's not the opposite, that because you are more suggestive,
Right.
you are
Well,
less intelligent.
I love that because I just thought it was more trusting than other, because I didn't trust anybody. Like, nope, my subconscious, I'm always like watching, I'm always on, I'm always like this. But then I start meditating and doing all that. So
Mhm.
I do hypnotize myself all the
Absolutely.
time.
Yes. 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 And meditation is very similar to some states of hypnosis.
Mhm.
It is very, very similar. And in fact, sometimes depending on what type of meditation you are using, it could feel the same. But everyone, hypnosis is so personal. It's a wonderful restorative feeling, but at the same time, it's very unique. So you, after hypnosis, there's no time. To you, it feels like it was 5 or 10 minutes, and it's been an hour, for
Wow.
example. Yes.
Wow. Now, how do you practice that? Because you said earlier how you go with that person's own natural state
Mhm.
of of getting them to go to that moment. Like me, for instance, do you like when I'm on my bike, when I work out, when I do anything, I'm zoned out. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't know if somebody's talking to me. I really
Mhm.
don't catch it. That's when I can come up with ideas that's gonna save the world. I'm genius when I'm working out, like genius. I figure out everything.
Yes.
But like you said, everybody comes to their own kind of way. But when they come into you, how do you kind of figure out what they need in order to get in a hypnotic state?
Um, it depends. So there are certainly many what we call in psychotherapy interventions that we can use. So we can go through some people like to talk really, really, really fast, really, really fast. I don't like that. What I personally see the most results that takes no months of therapy, that most of my clients have breakthrough results and life-changing transformations from session number 1 within, and then probably the longest is like 2-3 sessions, and and then I don't see them for the same issue ever again, which is what I like to do. I usually don't have patients for months,
Right.
and months. It's called conversational hypnosis, and it looks pretty much like what we are doing right now. It sounds the same to my clients. After a while, it could feel uncomfortable. They could have a lot of emotional displays. They could burst in laughter.
Right.
It's very common that I don't know why I'm laughing, but I find why is it funny about it? Oh, or they start crying, or they get angry, and then they calm down. So they go through a plethora of emotions. But it looks pretty much like this. And what I do is I'm trying to identify the subconscious moments. So
Mm.
if I were to say right now, you are having a lot of subconscious moments, probably fewer. You are a lot more conscious right now,
Right.
not subconscious. But if we were talking about a problem that you would like to resolve, that's where the subconscious mind comes into play and says, are you talking about me? Are you ready to listen to me? And you said earlier on something really important about trust. Trust
Right.
is paramount.
Right.
So if you don't trust a friend, your therapist, your boss, your colleague, your peers, there's nothing. You can't simply build relationships without trust.
Right.
Relationships that are long lasting or that are meaningful. And it's exactly the same in the what we call the therapeutical alliance. So there must be rapport between us. You must know that I'm looking out for you, that I'm working with you, that I'm going to keep you safe. If you
Right.
don't feel like that, then I can't help you.
Well, how do you help? I mean, and that makes sense because if you don't trust somebody, forget it. I'm not going to tell the truth.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to relax. I have nothing to say to you, right? It's very important. And that's how I am with my clients. If you don't trust, then it's just not going to work. No matter what, even if I had the magic pill, which there
Yeah.
is no magic pill, but if I had the magic pill, that then it wouldn't work because you wouldn't trust to take the pill, right? You're like, I'm not taking this. I don't know where that girl at, just crazy, so you are 100% correct in that, because when we all are talking about hypnosis and how it helps, I love that you say that it shows a higher intelligence instead of because I didn't know that. Like, I really thought that, boy, they really are gullible. They letting them talk them into it. But
It's not like that at all. Yes.
right, I love that. And so when we talk about things, and my main thing is because you help people with anxiety, and you said you don't see people more than 3 times, because listen, we don't need months and months of this. My main thing is that I found in myself is like self-sabotaging. I'm a self-sabotager. I know it. I know it. So if people are coming to you I mean, don't you help them with that? Don't you help with self-sabotage, self-doubt, all that? Like, but I love how you say it doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
So
No.
talk to me about that, because I am a self-proclaimed self-sabotager. I need you, Olivia, to tell me. I love when you say it doesn't exist, because I'm waiting.
No, it doesn't. It really, self-sabotage, it doesn't exist. Let's reframe this.
Okay.
Self-sabotage is when you think you want to do something, or you want to do something and you don't do it, or you do it wrong, or you finally got the job interview and you got late, or you got the job and you
Sick.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
Now you can't make it.
you
You're
are
sick.
sick
Yeah.
in your
Yeah. Yeah.
first day and you don't show up, or when you get scared, right? And when you say, oh, I'm going to be on my best behavior for my eating, and then you go and buy cake, or then you go, you do this, it seems like you are going against your own best interest, against your own wishes, against you are on the way of your own growth and development.
Right.
But it doesn't work like that. So self-sabotage is our best conscious explanation for what we don't understand.
Talk to us, Olivia. Talk to us.
So our subconscious mind is always, 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 I cannot stress this enough, it's always giving you the best solutions it can. It's always answering your questions. Imagine it's like a genie. So the genie in a bottle, that's your subconscious. And the main job of your subconscious is to keep you alive. It doesn't matter to it if you're happy, if you're unhappy, if you have joy, or if you live in anxiety or depression.
Right.
All it cares about is to keep you safe, as safe physically, with physical integrity, safe from danger, safe from all these things that could kill you, because it believes it will kill you. So it has to take you away from that. So what does this mean? How does this work? When you say, oh, that is going to kill me, that job is going to kill me, what is the subconscious mind going to say? Well, we don't want that to happen. I don't want you to be killed. So why don't I don't know, make you clumsy, an accident, right? Or give you anxiety or stress. Then that way you don't have to go back to. It's trying to prevent you from doing that which it it seems like a bigger risk.
I love that.
Let me give you a very specific example about a client. A client, she came to me and said, I cannot go back to working out. I just can't. I want to do exercise, but I won't. I'm still kind of holding up. I'm still in good shape, but I'm aging, and I need to defend my gains. I need to carry on being fit. I like to be strong, fit, youthful, and I can't. I just can't. I just can't and won't. So we worked, and it turned out that she is not a morning person. This is very important. So by biology, our DNA, how we have evolved, there is morning people, night people. If you are a night people, forcing yourself to be part of the 5 a.m. club, it's going to cost you dearly. Yeah. It's not going to happen. It's going to bring you stress. It's going to bring your adrenaline levels up. It's going to build up cortisol it's going to make you sick.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you're going to think you are self-sabotaging. You're going to be frustrated with yourself because you never accomplish anything you say you do, right?
Right.
But for morning people, that's so easy. To walk in the park, the 5 a.m. club.
That's
right?
me. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely.
So walk in the park. But that is our biology. That's how we survive. I'm a night people.
Yeah.
I now understand it. I'm at peace with it. I don't force myself to do things that go against my circadian rhythm, to who I am at the core, in my flesh, in my DNA. So the same happened with my client. She had been following a routine for many years, going to the gym at 7 a.m. And then her lots of life changes after. She tried to do it again, and she was no. But I want to, but she didn't feel guilty about it. And I was, okay, if you don't feel guilty about it, what is the problem?
Right.
Then there's no problem. She went, no, there is a problem because I want to go. So then it transpired that she understood, she found the solution, that she didn't need to go at 7 a.m. She could go at 2 p.m. She could go at 6 p.m. She could go at any other time that was not in the morning. And what happened? Her own subconscious was telling her, no, don't go. Don't take me there now.
Not now. Not
now.
Yeah.
Until she understood that it was not now, not a no.
Not never. Yeah, it's not a not never.
Exactly.
It's just not now.
And she thought she was self-sabotaging because I want to do it. Why can't I just go back to that? It's good for me. It's healthy. It makes me strong. It puts me in a good mood.
Great point, Olivia, because I tell that to my clients all the time. I tell them, don't set yourself up. I have a client, same thing. I just can't do it. I can't. And she never is up by 12 o'clock anyway. So, but she's like, I'm going to get up at 6 o'clock to go work out. Why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep setting yourself up? Just go anytime. The gym is open anytime. So we figured that out. So this brings me to a very interesting question. So what is the difference between hypotherapy, hypnotherapy, and talking therapy? Like, what is the difference? Because I came to that same conclusion, right? Like, if it's therapy versus, hypnotherapy, can you tell us the difference?
Absolutely. When you are all problems live in the subconscious mind. Our problems are not at conscious level. They're not. If they were at conscious level, we would be able to solve them, right? So conscious level is the knowledge, okay, I want to get in a better shape. What do I need to do? Everybody knows that you need to eat better, eat less, eat with your hunger, do not overeat, and do some activity. Everybody, that's conscious. We know
move. Yeah, move your body. Right? Yeah.
Move your body, find an exercise, an activity. For me, for example, one of my activities is dancing. move, right? So we know it. That's conscious. It's cognitive. We know it's why don't we do it? Because it doesn't live in the conscious mind. It's a subconscious hold. It's a subconscious problem. So when you talk and talk and talk, you can't resolve a problem where the problem is not there.
Wow. Did
You
you guys
can't.
hear that? Did you guys hear that? Because that's deep.
You
Really
need to
is.
go where the problem is. And sometimes there are so many, with all the trauma and the suffering, emotional pain, there is so much beauty when you go to the problem, when you realize that all it takes is just someone to listen to you, as in a subconscious level. Sometimes, when my clients feel it as it's a mini them, or it's a mini Lego fighter who's now going to defend them. They come up with some beautiful metaphors that it was all inside of them all the time. The problem they had, I don't want to make a blanket statement, but usually is trying to protect them from a greater apparent risk.
Right. I like that. I
It's
love that when you
protecting.
said that, it's no such thing as self-sabotage. And so I need to
No.
take that out of my vocabulary. Thank
Yes.
you very much. And that our subconscious is always listening, right? I'm just
Always.
making sure I'm catching on what you're putting out, because that is some very, very deep stuff. Which is true. I tell everybody, your subconscious, she hears everything, my friend.
Everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
good, bad, and ugly. And you can't talk bad about her without her knowing. Because she's like, oh, so you don't like me? Bet I'm gonna show you, right? So it's so cool. And I love how you say that you cannot just talk about a problem, talk about it, talk about it.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't know how to solve it. And I guess that is where the hypnotherapy come in, because you can tap into the subconscious. Because I tell everybody all the time that, that we have everything we need within.
Absolutely.
And I love when you say, your brain will always answer a question. I had somebody say, kind of like ask Google, think of your brain
Yes.
as a Google and
Yeah.
ask it, and it will work out what
Yes.
it needs to do.
Yes. Well, it's a less sophisticated Google. So
Right.
the metaphor I like to use is like a genie in the bottle.
I love that.
Right? You need to learn to make better questions. The quality of the question is the quality of the solution that you're going to get. And
Love
most of
it.
the time, we get imperfect solutions. So the solution, if we go back to the client I was talking about, the imperfect solution is, what's worse? Getting chronic stress from making me getting up at 7 a.m. when I'm not a morning
Yeah.
person, or not going to the gym. Which one is better, or which one is less worse? Not going to the gym, that's the easiest. It is an imperfect solution, a solution nonetheless.
But it's a
So
solution.
we need to start phrasing things differently. So you said something really, really interesting now about self-sabotage. Instead of saying, now that you have this awareness, what can you do about it? So when you think next time at your conscious level that, oh, this is self-sabotage, instead of saying this is self-sabotage, what you can say to yourself, you can ask yourself, pose a question. What is this trying to teach me? What is it? And leave it there. Don't try to answer your own questions. Remember,
Right.
your
Because I
conscious,
don't know. Yeah.
you don't know. If you knew, you wouldn't have a problem. Right?
I
So
love that.
pose a question and your subconscious goes immediately into action. So that's why one question to always avoid, and I would say always, is the why. Why do nothing ever nice happen to me? Why do I always seem to find the wrong partner?
Right. Yeah.
Why do I always
Why?
have such a bad luck? Why?
Why
Don't.
me? Yeah.
And what's the logical answer to that? Why? Because you are worthless, because
Yes.
you always mess up, because you're
You don't go to the
stupid,
gym.
because you are lazy, because, well, what else? Because that's you, right? That's so unhelpful. That's
Oh my
so
gosh.
unhelpful.
Olivia, I love it 100%. Now, you have given us so much information. Let me pause here. How can we stay connected to you? How can we get in touch with you?
I love that question. Let me. I'm going to answer it, but the questions about how, that's how we should talk to ourselves. Stop the why, because it doesn't matter why something happened or something did not happen. It's irrelevant. What we always want to move towards is, how can I be happier? How can I have the perfect balance in my career and my family life without sacrificing my health, or with me being as healthy as I need to be? How can I multiply my income, and without stress? How? So it's just learning to talk to our genie into how.
That was going to be my next question. That's why I wanted to put out your information first and then say, can you give us some questions
Oh,
to ask
right.
ourselves? And when we can't figure it out, we calling you. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So I'm on Instagram as hypnotic_remedies. And the same
Hypnotic.
on TikTok, hypnotic_remedies.
Okay. So before we go, though, before we wrap all this up, I really, really want to go back to what you were saying, the questions. You
Mm-hmm.
guys, pick up your pen and paper. She's going to tell you how to tap into your stuff and stop doing me in
Mm-hmm.
that self-sabotaging, which is no longer in my vocabulary, because
Yeah.
I love where you say, stop saying why, because I hear it all the time. Why me? Why does this happen? Why?
Yeah.
But we're going to change our whys into what now, Olivia?
Into hows. How can I don't know, get in the best shape of my life and enjoying it?
Right. Fill in the
How?
blanks, but start
How?
with how.
Don't try to answer it consciously, because remember, if we the problems is not up in our conscious mind, but the questions, but our subconscious is always listening, and it's our genie in the bottle. It's there to help us out. It's there to give us the solutions. It's there to give us ideas. It's there to give us the answers that we need. So the quality of the question is the quality of the solution and the answer. So when we say, I wonder how I can get in the best shape of my life and enjoy the process. How could that be possible? How could I do that? Leave it there. If you can do that, just do it before you go to sleep, or before you go and take a nap, or before you go and get a shower, before you exercise, and leave it to your subconscious mind. Leave it there. Ask
Love.
how can I enjoy my career without sacrificing my family time? How can I have both? How can I be happy in my career and in my relationships? How can I find the right partner for me? How? What do I need to do? Who do I need to become? How?
Oh my gosh, I got chills. I really do. Because we started off by saying how everybody went crazy with COVID and how this world has been going a little cuckoo, right? Because everybody was on a timeout, and then we are introduced back into like you're dancing. That's your joy, brings you joy, and now we can really, really enjoy it because we have taken it for granted so long.
Absolutely. Mhm.
And now to figure out the why instead of how, I've never heard that before ever. And I'm like 50 years old. So it's insane that
Yep.
that one little word can change your soul. And like she
Yes.
said, you guys, ask and just zip it. Be quiet. Don't try to answer it. Like you said, the best times is before you go to bed,
Mhm.
before you take your shower,
With your
or
exercise.
or exercise. So listen, you have given us so much today, Olivia. I feel joy right now. Like
Oh.
I do. I feel like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. Again, tell us one more time, how can we find you? And then we'll say some more things because I have one more question because I can't ever
Okay.
let anybody go without saying that. But again, how do we reach you?
Okay. I'm on TikTok and Instagram as hypnotic_remedies.
Remedies.
And my website is all in one word, oliviabrito.com.
Okay. Now we at Misfit One Lifestyles, you know, we all about fit, right? And when I say fit, I say focus, intention, and transformation. Because if you
Oh,
stay
I love it.
focused, right, move with
Mhm.
intention, you will transform your world. It's just this how it
Yes.
is, right?
Yes.
So, can we ask you, can you share with us, how do you live fit? How do you actually start your mornings or start your
Um,
day? What's your self-care regimen like?
um, I I I do it more as a week blocks,
Got you?
but to me, an integral part now. And well, it's been for a long time, except for the obviously during the pandemic, but I'm picking it up again. To me, dancing and music is so important. It's so good, not just for my body, but for my well-being, for my mental state. It brings me happiness, joy. It's everything. So it really gives me life.
I love that.
So I plan almost, I plan my week around those times because that's so important to me. The other almost non-negotiable is having a smoothie. So for many years I had the same breakfast that I enjoyed. It was very consistent. So now again as well during the pandemic, I
Yeah,
just everything got changed and disrupted.
right.
But now that I'm back into dancing, my body's asking me to go back into that, to go into a smoothie.
Smoothie. Yeah,
It could be
that's
whatever I have in the fridge, whatever I feel like. Sometimes it's very tropical with mango, sometimes it's banana, sometimes it's vanilla, chocolate. So whatever it is, I try to do that. This week I've had like lots of ginger, like very, very spicy, gingery
oh,
smoothies. I think that's why I listen to my body. So that's what I think I needed.
right, right. I
Uh,
love that because I usually say, what do you do in the morning? And not everybody has a morning. I love how you say I do mine weekly, and that's
yeah,
great because self-care at any time is amazing and is important and like you said, a non-negotiable thing.
yeah.
So I really, really thank you so much for coming on today. I know that you're across the pond, so our time different is way different, but I really appreciate you, the bottom of my heart, for coming on today and enlighten us over here.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been really, really a pleasure. Really a pleasure having this conversation, sharing. listening to you and to your own experiences. We found some common ground, and if it can be anything that I have to share with what I see with my clients is of any help to anyone, that's me done. That's my mission accomplished.
Right. And I think that's it. Like, if you had any final words to tell us, what would you send us off with?
I would send you off with self-compassion. Self-compassion. Give yourself grace. You're probably doing whatever you are going through. You are probably doing better than you think. You are stronger than you think. Definitely, you are stronger than you think. So have more self-compassion.
Awesome. You guys, I'm going to drop mic right there. Until next week, you guys, live fit. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Misfit One Lifestyles. Listen, when you are fed up and sick and tired of living this stifled, overwhelmed, and overstressed life, and you're ready to live the fullest, richest, and healthiest life by gaining more confidence, more energy, and more clarity, living in your best self, you know what to do, right? Go ahead, go to my website, misfit1.com. Sign up for our online courses, Creating Healthy Habits, so that you too can live fit, focus, move with intention, and transform your life.